Hi. It's Lane. I can't even believe that I have to make this video right now. I just heard about the boy Asher Brown killing himself. Basically, he was a 13-year-old kid living in Texas. He was in 8th grade. He was on the smaller side, and people mocked him at school for his stature, his religious beliefs, and for being gay. He was killed last Thursday on September 23rd, and it's just so tragic. I can't even believe it. He shot himself in the head. He had actually come out to, I believe, it was his stepfather the day before. It's so tragic. You know, this really strikes close to home for me. I'm a trans guy. So before coming out as transgender, I was too afraid to. So I came out as just, liking girls when I was in 8th grade. And, I was tormented for it. I had always been a really quiet, shy kid. I kept to myself. I did well in school. And as soon as I came out, it was torture. I was tripped in the hallways. People would rip my jeans, stepping on them. People would push me into the lockers. I had food thrown at me in the cafeterias. And I did tell several teachers, and, they basically told me that I was shoving it in people's faces. Because sometimes when I would see my girlfriend at school, I would give her a hug as one would hug a friend. It sickens me that people can even think that people are calling this upon themselves. It's disgusting that this kid was so tormented for something out of his control, something as menial as which gender he's interested in, was the death of him. It's disgusting. It's horrible. I can't even believe that, this has been happening. It happened with Lawrence King. It happened with Carl Hoover Walker. It happened with, his name is slipping me. I'm just in Florida. And now it's this kid, Asher Brown. I don't know how much we can do, how much more there is to do to get the point across. That, we've made a lot of progress, yes, and we do have a right to be proud of that. But we still have so much more to do. I mean, I've been trying to get some kind of club that addresses LGBTQ issues in the middle school that I went to since I was a freshman in high school. I'm a senior now. So I've been trying, for 3 years. This is my 4th year trying. And they won't even hear it out. I was called in to, kind of be like a counselor to kids that were struggling coming out as gay because they don't even have a group in the school. And I'm more than willing to be, to be taken out of the school day to talk to these kids that are being harassed and bullied and, but I'm graduating next year. There's not going to be someone below me to do that. What happens when I'm not there? What happens when there's a kid in the middle school struggling and the administration of the middle school, the social worker, doesn't know who to talk to? They don't know who to get to help out with that situation. We need training in the schools. We need to train the teachers. We need to get information out there. We need to get ourselves over the facts that, just because being queer might involve sexuality, it does not mean that it's not age appropriate. Because that's the biggest qualm that the administrators and the parents are having. And that's ridiculous because, there are always boys and girls interested in each other. Back in elementary school, I remember people started dating when I was in 6th grade. This kid was in 8th grade. Even if he wasn't dating anyway, even if he was, it's just, sexuality does not have to be a component of it. And rather than just sit here and, rant about it and try to convey how upset I am, which I don't think I can even do this justice, I'm going to provide some resources in the links. I actually, after the Lawrence King tragedy, it inspired me to start working for GLSEN, the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, which is the organization that, sponsors Day of Silence and Ally Week and Transgender Day of Remembrance and other events like that. So they actually have several programs. They have teacher training programs. which has curriculum, and you can do workshops with teachers, and you can go to a training of trainers, and you can be trained to do this, and then you can bring it back to your schools and your community, and you can train teachers how to deal with LGBTQ kids and how to deal with the bullying and harassment that ensues. You know, even if there aren't any openly gay kids, you know, you can just bring up the fact that someone's going to have, you know, two parents of the same gender. So, yeah, I'm going to provide information about that, and I just feel so sorry for all of this kid's friends and his family, and it's just so tragic. So yeah,